Welcome to the Spin 70 podcast, another audio edition. This is part 2 of Adina's homework questionnaire.
Hear the roar.
I know Kung Fu. Show me.
I'm just going to go ahead and give her the floor. Describe the next one, and let's move on. Let's do it.
So to recap what the situation is, I'm interviewing you because I thought you would be an interesting subject, and you're wanting to grow and develop, and I think this would help you. So, and I also think it would interest you, and you'd just be happy doing it. So this is the theory of planned behavior.
Quickly, though, because I want to go see Detective Pikachu.
Are you doing that tonight?
No, definitely not. Maybe it's whatever. Doesn't matter.
Okay. So the theory of planned behavior. So in psychology, the theory of planned behavior is a theory that links one's beliefs and behavior. So basically you act a certain way based off of your religious beliefs, physical beliefs, mental beliefs, whatever it is. Do you understand that? Does that make
I
sense?
think I do. Let's go with the question, and then we'll try to figure it out.
Okay. So question being, let me try and connect this because the action plan is basically the same thing, just in belief mode, I guess. So theory of planned behavior. So what's something about yourself that you believe in that you want to improve on or build on? Something small, relatively small. Could be your diet, your exercise routine, your work ethic. Which I think is pretty strong. Work. That's what I said.
You said worth.
I meant work. Worth ethic. Well, Freudian slip. Maybe I meant something there.
Maybe.
No, actually, that makes sense.
Repeat the question one more time.
Okay. So, question. Something you want to work on. Something that you believe in. Theory of planned behavior. So something that you have always planned to do because you believe in it. I believe this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Okay.
It made sense with the other one, but this one, it doesn't make so much sense. I have to think about it. So what's something that you believe in that has a big effect on the way you behave?
Oh, man.
It could be procrastination.
Integrity, maybe.
Integrity, yeah.
That's something I definitely believe in. I also believe heavily in the fact that, here's one. Okay. I believe in treating other people the way I would want to be treated. I know sometimes, I can be an a-hole, but, I'm a big brother.
Hey, here's to admitting it.
Well, yeah, I'm a big brother, so I'm actually good at making fun of people. It's the truth.
Because you have experience, maybe?
Maybe.
Of being made fun of?
Oh, that could be it. That's not bad. Maybe. It's not the bottle. But the point is...
Maybe we should all get baked.
Maybe. I would say that's definitely one. That's definitely one. Because the truth is, it's actually something that kind of hit me recently, and it's always been subconsciously in my head.
So, what did you say?
Subconsciously?
Okay. I thought I heard something else.
What did you think of? Okay, it doesn't matter. It's always something that's been subconsciously in my head, but it only made I don't know what the hell you guys are laughing at.
Don't worry.
It only made sense to me, and I think it only became actual. It just something happened, and I just like understood it that way. But I think that kindness is a huge deal. Kindness is one person at a time, and a lot of people are not. They're kind to some, but they're not kind to everyone. And I like I said in the last podcast, part 1, I know that I'm not perfect, but I do try to treat people the way I would want to be treated, because I'm projecting that I wouldn't call it an insecurity, but I'm projecting that insecurity that if I treat you yeah, it makes sense. If I treat you the way I want to be treated, then so too you treat me the way I want. But it's difficult. Why? Because everyone's different. Everyone's going through something different. Everyone's thinking about different things. Everyone's insecure about different things. So the best way to kind of explain it is just kindness starts with one person at a time. So that's something I'm trying to believe in. I mean, it's something I'm trying to work on. It truly is, because I know for a fact that I can't be kind all the time. There's no way. It's really freaking hard. It's hard to be nice to people all the time, especially when you're stuck in your own head about your own BS. And that is something that I that's my answer to the question. Is that all right?
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay, super.
That's perfect. So, question number 2. Do you see this as an achievable goal to treat others the way you want to be?
I do see it as an achievable goal. However, it's a hard hill to climb, and I'll tell you why. Because when you're kind to others, and this is definitely something I fall into, which is a mistake, but I expect a lot from myself. And then I get stuck by saying, oh, and I'm sure everyone does this, but I get stuck in saying like, oh, I expect X, Y, and Z from me. Therefore, if I expect that, then you expect that. Therefore, I expect what I expect from me from you, which is not true.
Mm-hmm.
And the interesting thing is that this is a little bit off, but I'm going to try to like bring it around. It's hard. It's easy to have bad habits. It's hard to have good habits, because good habits have failure. I mean, we're talking about doing something that's difficult, and when you're doing something that's difficult, and good habits are always hard to do, especially consistently. When we're talking about something that's difficult, people, you tend to run into serious amounts of resistance, right? Resistance being what is used in I'll probably have Yehuda explain it for me better, but resistance is the word that's used in this book by Stephen Pressfield called The War. Which we all read, that's right. It's called The War of Art, which is basically the one insecurity that stops you from doing what you're dreaming, what your dream is, or whatever it is that you want to do. Like, for example, let's take you. Like, you want to do your homework, but what's stopping you? Oh, I'm tired. I'm hungry, but I want to watch a movie, right? That's resistance. That's mental resistance.
So what I would do in that case, which is like when I come home and there's dinner, if I'm not going to the gym, which doesn't usually happen, but if in the past, if we didn't get to go to the gym right when I got home, it would have been too late because I have to wake up.
That's resistance.
So,
perfect.
Sure, that's resistance. But where I was getting,
and you suck.
But pertaining to the previous episode, if I was sitting and watching a movie, I would be eating dinner while I was doing that. And then I'd shut it down and I'd do what I needed to do. Or while I was doing that, I would fold my shit and put it away.
Got you. We got a 2-censor here.
Okay, so another way of explaining resistance is the devil or the Satan. Because the whole job of the Satan, the devil, is
Satan.
Is to get you to fall in sin, right? So resistance is the same thing. So like let's say you want to become really fit, right? If you, like, every once in a while you'll have an insecurity, and then if the insecurity is right, you'll stop working out, right? Okay. So you guys don't get it?
Basically what you're trying to say is that you're trying to get fit. Let's say you're a really overweight person or whatever, you're slightly overweight, whatever it is, you're trying to get fit, and then you have an insecurity of like, who am I kidding? Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. That's resistance. Right. And it stops you from doing what you want to do, but that's what makes it difficult, which makes it so much greater to overcome. Now, when you ask me about treating others like the way I would want to be treated, or maybe treating people with kindness, you know what I mean? Kindness starts with one person at a time. At a certain point, it'll become easy, But the interesting thing about good habits is that once it becomes easy, it's going to be really hard really soon. And in a endeavor like that, it's like there's a point in time where you're like, oh, I've just totally lost faith in humanity. People suck. You know what I mean? But the getting over the hump of reminding yourself or finding some sort of a trigger, a mantra that says, no, kindness starts one person at a time.
Here's a couple.
Takes time, whatever it is. I mean, yeah, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, here's a couple to help you. 1, karma. 2, what goes around comes back around. Well, I'm just saying, here's a couple phrases to
what goes around comes around.
Keep
Okay,
keep it in your mind.
yeah.
Recycling, number 3.
Recycling. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Karma, because the truth is that, I mean, we're talking about, like, in a much broader perspective, we're talking about the law of attraction, right? Generally, if you are doing the right thing and you consistently do so, the right things will happen for you. If you think you're doing the right thing, and you're like, I don't get it, I'm doing the right thing, but it's not working out, then the wrong things will happen to you. Now, when I say that because I have a lot of experience with that, and it still happens to me where I'm like, God, I've done everything right, I've done it all. Why isn't it happening the way I want it to happen? And my whole thing with that, and it happens to me even today, like it happens to me all the freaking time. And it's an insecurity. It's like, damn, why am I doing what I'm doing? And that's resistance, right? And the thing that I tell myself is that it's okay, one step at a time. And I totally lost my train. Damn, this happens to me all the time. But like, when that happens to me, I'm gonna try to get it back. Focus. Use the Force, Luke. But
you do the right thing, and then it never pans out. You always do the right thing. You always do
right.
everything.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, fine. Yeah, so I always do that where I'm saying like I'm doing the right thing. What the hell? How come it's not working out for me? And then I stop myself. At a certain point, I'll stop myself, and I'll be like, that's the victim mentality. The victim mentality meaning everything bad is happening to me because life sucks and everything sucks. And I say, I'm taking the victim mentality. It didn't work out because it didn't work out. Let's just keep moving. And that's my way of saying, because we all get stuck into it. Just because I'm talking about this doesn't mean that I've mastered it, and I'll never master it. Right? But if you find little shortcuts or loopholes by saying, nope, taking the victim mentality, stop. Taking the victim mentality, it just didn't work out the way we expected it to. Now let's move forward. Let's move on with the day. I think that's how I would best explain it.
Good.
Yay.
Great. Okay. Now, action specific. What are you going to do in order to achieve this goal, which is treating others the way you want to be?
Like, what would I do?
I guess. What would you do differently?
Okay. Actually, I have one for you. We are the people that we surround ourselves with, right? We're one facet of a group of people. So if you surround yourself with people who have the same goal in mind, then you're that much stronger, that much greater, and your goal will be achieved quicker because you have strength in numbers. So the truth is that when we go back to what we were saying, kindness starts one person at a time. Let's change it. Success starts one person at a time. Whatever you want to call it, right? It means finding the people who believe in the same thing you believe in, right? And then having those strength in numbers and then expanding. Building your own community of kind people or successful people or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, but then are you just going to stay in your community?
Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. Strength in numbers.
Okay. What I would say, and this is just a suggestion for action specific, would be to stop and think and to not project your other emotions, other things that could have happened onto people.
Well, what you just described is what I described before as the victimhood mentality.
Okay. In other words, though.
Saying I'm being a victim. Saying,
right.
Yeah, you explained it in other words. I'm being a victim. And we're all emotional beings. I am deeply emotional person. I am, and sometimes I let my emotions get the best of me. And I have to have the ability to say, stop, wait a minute. No, I have the ability to say, stop. You're taking the victimhood mentality. Everyone here, it's not their fault. It's not even your fault. It just didn't work out the way you expect. And sometimes it is your fault. And that's where we talk about taking personal responsibility. But I don't think that's what we're talking about.
No. So basically just stop, think, and don't project onto other people. Because once you project onto other people, that person, Yehuda, you want to continue this?
As long as he's quiet,
Okay.
it's good.
I mean, I think you guys got it.
Because once you project onto that person's like, oh my God, that person just had a really crappy attitude towards me. I'm going to give it right back.
There you go. And then it's a domino effect. And then your mission of kindness starts one person at a time, or treat people the way you want to be treated, goes kaput. And you start all the way back to the beginning. However, though, right? What are we talking about? We're talking about the failure to succeed, tackling your failures. The more you fail, the easier it is to climb the hill again. So even though you're starting from the beginning, you're covering ground that you've already covered. Cool. Next
Okay.
question.
So this next question is a little more specific. Obviously, what is this action? Treat others the way you want to be treated. How much time, distance, how much are you going to do it? You're going to try to do it a lot, I would imagine.
As often as possible.
Right. When? All day, every day. How often?
All day, every day.
For as long as you are alive, hopefully.
Yeah.
And what is your
Yeah.
confidence level
In this? I mean,
on completing this goal?
my confidence, like I said, we would discuss it. It's a tough thing to complete. Every goal that we set out for ourselves, every dream is a difficult thing. Right now, I'd say my confidence level is pretty high. But, that means that I have setbacks around the corner.
Confidence level in completing this, not your
Completing it. I don't think
emotional confidence
I
level.
don't mission accomplished. I don't think these are things that we complete. I think they're continuous and it gets harder and harder as we go. But the harder it gets, the stronger we get. And therefore, the stronger we get, the easier it becomes.
Mm-hmm.
Boom shakalaka. Is that it?
That's it.
We're done?
Yep.
This concludes. Yeah, it's great. This concludes part 2 of the personality questionnaire. Is that what we call it? Or the goal setting questionnaire, motivation, determination.
Let me give you a real name for this.
Sweet. Faster would be better.
It's
No,
loading.
I'm
I
kidding.
can't help
I'm
it.
kidding. I'm kidding. It's all good.
Okay. Lifestyle modification and process of change.
Lifestyle modification and process of change. Part 2 of lifestyle modification and process of change. Thank you, Adina,
Can you say that
for
5
bringing
times
this up.
as fast?
I'm not going to try that. Lifestyle is coming up. Part 3 will be coming up. Thank you so much for joining us on your super
you are
busy
so welcome.
schedule. Even though we already know you don't wake up early. So yeah,
I wake up early, just not.
Yeah, okay, whatever. The point is, we all have what to work on. Anyhow, this concludes part 2, and we will see you next time for part 3. Thank you.